Are you looking to grow a micro clover or a clover lawn? Are you looking for a green, lush lawn and want to grow a clover lawn? Watch this video before you plant your micro clover or your clover lawn. Hello and welcome back to the channel. You're in the garden with Patrick. About 3 months ago, I posted a video on how to plant a micro clover lawn in an existing lawn. And this is the lawn that I have here in the background. I'm going to show you how I did that real quickly. And at the end of this video, I'm going to kind of give you an idea of what happened in this particular area here and how this micro clover lawn did over the last 3 or 4 months. I planted the micro clover in this existing lawn behind me in March. We're in middle of July now, so it's been several months, and I wanted to kind of give you an update on how this has been doing and struggling actually throughout the last couple of months. Before we begin, I want to show you how this lawn looked initially before we planted the micro clover. So if you can see here, the clover is really small and you can see the seeds are very, very tiny. And I spread this in this existing lawn here. The lawn that I have here is a mixture of Bermuda grass, but also some San Agustin grass. If you can see here, this San Agustin grass is very, very hardy, and it's actually very aggressive. And what happens with this San Agustin grass is it will choke out most of everything that you have. And so what you're going to notice is my biggest error that I had in this particular grass that I tried to plant the micro clover in is because it is an aggressive growing grass, it did not do very well. Now, before you turn off the video and say, well, this didn't work, I want to show you some areas that did take for a short period of time. We have a huge lawn and there was a lot of heat so far already. We've had several 100-degree weather in June, and so we've been struggling a lot for this micro clover to take. But what's more important, I think one of the biggest takeaways and errors that I had with this particular project by planting the micro clover in this existing lawn was the first error was I didn't take into account that the St. Augustine is going to be so aggressive, and it pretty much overtook the micro clover. The second probably biggest error that I made with planting it in this existing lawn is that I used micro clover, which is what I really want to do in my lawn because I like the height. It says on the package it should only grow maybe 4 to 6 inches tall. So that's exactly what I was looking for in this particular product. But what happens is because it's micro clover, which is smaller than the regular clover, and in addition to the St. Augustine grass, I was not able to really have that micro clover take very well. So was this a failure? In my opinion, yes, it absolutely was a failure. And the reason mainly was for those two main reasons, because I used an aggressive grass and I used the micro clover. So if I were to do this again, I would definitely use a different type of clover in this existing lawn that I have here. Now, would I use this existing lawn? No. What I'm going to do in the future is I'm going to take out all of this grass, this aggressive growing St. Augustine grass, and I'm just going to plant the clover. So there will be another video coming up shortly that I'm going to be showing you on what I'm going to kind of experiment with. I have some Bermuda grass that I have an area where we have there's mosquitoes all over the place. Some areas where we have some of these micro clover or the clovers that are growing in the Bermuda grass, which is a lot smaller and not as aggressive. So there, and as you can see here, there's a lot of different areas that the actual clover has taken over my lawn and done very well. So that's one of the most important things is I think if you're going to use an existing grass, you want to use a grass that is somewhat non-aggressive, or maybe some bare areas. What I'm going to do is I'm going to tear out the grass and I'm going to plant the micro clover, and I'll post a video and an update on that. We're probably going to do that in about another month or so, mostly because it's super hot. I mean, we are in still the high 90s and low 100s right now in El Paso, zone 8B. So we'll wait for it to get a little bit cooler. Take a look at some of this clover that I have in this existing lawn that I have with the different grass, and you'll see why I feel it still is a viable thing that we can do. So this is the area that I was talking about, how some of the clover has done very well. This is in a different part of my lawn, but this was a bare area, and you can see how this clover has done a lot better in this area, and it is also incorporating into this other area that I have here, which is where the Bermuda grass is. So you can see here that it's kind of going into that same area. So definitely the different type of grass is going to cause the clover to survive, or definitely not survive. So you can see here it's definitely done better in this area. The way I did it in the original video with the St. Augustine grass is definitely not what you want to do. There is a small area here that you can see some of the clover did survive and did well, but again, as you can really tell, that this aggressive growth of this grass, the St. Augustine, is really pretty much choking out this little micro clover. So that's one of the issues that we had with this particular project that I did. So if you see here, all of this grass, there's not any clover that's left over in here. There was a few patches that did start to grow during the beginning of the season, but as the season kind of went on, you can see here that the grass just pretty much took over. And again, this is a very aggressive, thick leaved grass, and it doesn't save any area for any of that clover to grow. So it pretty much choked out most of the clover that did start to grow and was existing. For those of you who posted comments, I really appreciate you watching and making your comments and subscribing to the channel. And again, if there's any other additional comments that you have, some successes and failures that you've done with your clover lawns, please post some of those updates below, and maybe some pictures. That would be awesome. If you have any questions on growing a clover lawn or a micro clover lawn, or some of the issues that we've had, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. You'll get updates also on what I'm doing here in my garden, not only in my clover lawn that's going to be coming up soon, hopefully, but also my vegetable garden and all the things and the updates that we have with growing your own organic gardening. And we'll give you some updates on things as they go on. So put a comment below, like this video if you learned something today, and also I want you to subscribe if you did find some value in this and you want to see more. So I'm always going to give you my honest opinion and review on not only the products that I use, but also my successes and failures. So I'm always looking to grow and learn new things, and I want you to also not be ashamed of some of the failures that you've done, and always try to keep that in mind when you're doing your gardening. Until next time, happy gardening. So this is the area that I'm going to be experimenting with next. So please make sure you subscribe to the channel for updates. This area here has always been a problem, and this is in the front area. This is grass that is more specifically the Bermuda grass. So you can see the thinner blades. So we're gonna take out half of this grass. I'm going to totally take out the grass, and I'm going to plant the micro clover, and then in the other half I'm going to just plant the clover in the existing lawn, and we're going to see a side-by-side comparison to really get a better idea of what worked here. So stay tuned to the channel, and you'll see some updates on that.